There is a trap waiting for you once you start to make actual progress towards your goals. Does this sound like you? You were lazy for years, but you were ambitious. And you would have random waves of motivation to get your life together, and you would start going to the gym, or you would start working on your business or your YouTube channel or whatever it was you were trying to grow. And you did, and it felt great. You felt unstoppable. But at some point, you stopped or you slowed down very much. But things are in fact different this time. You've been consistent for months, and you really aren't gonna ever stop, and it feels great. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to see your business grow, to see your muscles grow. But in the midst of this growth, have you been neglecting anything? Have you felt like something was off, like you weren't complete, something wasn't right? Had you been neglecting your family or your friends, or you forgotten about your mental health practices or your self-care practices? Had you become so focused on your external growth that you've neglected your internal growth and the relationships around us? The truth is that this is a phase you might be in right now. I was in this phase a couple of weeks ago. I was seeing growth on this channel, and it was encouraging. It was so cool to connect with you. I'm connecting with these people from all around the world, and it's very cool. But in my real life, in the real world, I felt kind of lonely. I wasn't talking to my friends as much. I wasn't really hanging out with my family. My mind was just in business mode. And honestly, I wasn't happy. I'm a very social person, and my connections around me mean very much to me. If you saw my Everglades video, you know what I'm talking about. To notice from time to time, I didn't really have anyone to turn to. It felt horrible. It made me feel incomplete. Here's the idea. As much fun as it is to grow everything around you, if you neglect the relationships around you and your mental health, you're not gonna have a good time. If you focus too much on your social connections, for example, if you're always trying to get with girls or you're always hanging out with your friends, there's going to be this part inside of you that wants to grow something. I think the guys and girls in this kind of space, we always want to be doing something greater than us or not. For a lot of us, it's the gym, and then it goes on to a job, and then a business. But we always like to be working on something, and when we're not, in those periods that we're not, we feel like something is lacking, something is incomplete. But on the other hand, if we focus too much on that thing that we're trying to grow, whatever it is, and we neglect our friends, our family, our romantic relationships, another hole opens up for us, which is loneliness. There's an analogy I like in this book called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. It's called the shiny red car analogy. A lot of guys around the age 55 and older finally have enough money that they can buy this really nice, shiny red car. Maybe it's a Mercedes, maybe it's a Ferrari, maybe it's a freaking Corvette. But it's a really nice car, and he's wanted it for years. It's been his dream car for years. He can finally afford it now. But to get there, he had to be cutthroat. He had to step over his competition in the business jungle and show no mercy. And he has this nice car now, but he doesn't have anyone else. Maybe his wife is upset that she's kind of felt neglected for years because he's been so focused on his business. Maybe his children feel like they were neglected because, again, he was a workaholic. And the friends he has are probably workaholics as well, maybe even alcoholics. So he has this nice shiny red car, but is not having anyone worth it. For me, I'd rather have a small house with people in it that love me than a really big house with no one. And I think deep down, everyone is the same too. Love is a fundamental thing, and it's a shame I almost let those things go because I was hyper-focused on my progress. Are you doing the same? Have you let your connections slip up? You gotta ask yourself, is it worth it? Is that progress and success that you love so much worth losing those people in your life? But after all, you might make newer friends, right? Richer friends, more successful friends. And that might be true. But the truth is, a lot of those people, if you do get very successful, might try to leech off you and kind of use you. Is that not true? People will try to use your status for their own success. And you might come across the occasional real one, but that's the odd man out. Majority of those people might be leeches. So you pick, shiny red car, but no one, or shiny red car years further, or not at all. Because it's not the car that mattered in the first place. You just wanted people to love you and be like, hey, nice car, man, right? Now the key, like everything else in life, is balance. It's summer here where I live, and it might be where you live too, so this is the perfect time to get a balance in. Ideally, you would work on a business first thing in the morning. This is best because it's easier to not get distracted first thing in the morning than in the middle of the day. You would do your work for the day, and that usually takes me around 2 hours, and it shouldn't take you more than 4. Your brain only has so much energy, and when you get past the 4-hour mark, like if you do 4 hours of work throughout the day, it doesn't have to be all at once. That's pretty much all the time we can focus for. Then you would go to the gym, but bro, go with someone. You don't have to be this lone wolf that's grinding in silence with his headphones on and his hoodie up. Just ask one of your friends to go with you. It's so fun to compete with someone and to have someone to talk to in between sets. And now you have so much time left in the day, because what else is there to really work on? You've done maximum 4 hours of work and you've worked on your physical self. Now you have so much time to work on your mental self and your relationships around you. Friends, family, girlfriends, boyfriends. And there are no more holes. Your social life is going to excel and you've done your work for the day, and now you can relax and enjoy life because there's no holes to cover up. That's my life at the moment, to be honest. Working on this and being social. I work on this channel and this business, I work out, and those two things make me happy and feel like I'm doing something. And then I hang out with the people I love around me. I swear that's all I need, man. But if I didn't have those people around me, this work would not be fun. I wouldn't be able to sit here and enjoy doing this if I knew when I'm done, I'm gonna go home to no one that loves me, or I'm gonna go and hang out with no one. That's a shitty feeling, and that's what we don't want. So don't neglect either. Find your balance, work on it yourself, find out what works best for you, and just don't neglect either, and see how much more you can enjoy life now that there's no holes being covered up. Loneliness is a really, really hard thing. If you'd like, you can add my Discord and we can connect and we can talk. I'm trying to maybe create a community of like-minded people, so if you mess with this video, subscribe and comment and let me know. Add me and we can talk. Let's grow together, man. Also, I have coaching calls in the description where if you have a really bad problem, we can talk it out and I can help you out and we can learn together. This is a journey we can go on together, because we never wanted to get to where we want to get to alone. We wanted there to be someone by our side, whoever it is. Because that's what life is about, having these people by our side. So do what you can today to connect with someone. But of course, also work on your business, because only 1% of us are going to make it. That's why it's called the 1%. Am I going to see you there?